We all know that our topic. Today we have to discuss on the topic superstitions. You all have to give some points on the superstitions. Do you all have think that this is the topic to discuss because we are living in the 21st century. We say that now we are going to be modern. We are living in the modern age, but we are following a lots of superstitions because many of the times it happens that just a cat crossed the road and we feel irritated. We think that something will be wrong with us. We do not want to believe in the reality. We always try to think that something can be happen bad. Many of the also things that we follow on the name of religion, on the name of our culture, and these all are the part of superstitions. So now it is time to remove these superstitions. And today you all have to give some points on the superstitions. But before saying anything, I just want to mention a quotation that is given by the Swami Vivekananda. He has spoken that drive the superstitions that has curbed your mind. Let us be brave, know the truth and practice the truth. The goal may be decent, but await arise and stop not till the goal is reached. This is the line spoken by Swami Vivekananda. And really we should now just believe in the truth and practice the truth. Before starting the session, I want to call a person. But before calling him, I want to say some lines in the respect of him. And this is the line given by केदारनाथ अग्रवाल कि मैंने उसको जब जब देखा लोहा जैसे तपते देखा, जलते देखा, ढलते देखा, मैंने उसको गोली जैसे चलते देखा. So I would like to call our guide, our motivator, Mr. Sanjeev Kumar Singh.
Now the time has come and we are in semi-finale. And tomorrow we have a grand finale also, and the topic is COVID-19. I just announced this topic in the morning, and I hope that you all will just speak very well. But before starting your speech, before delivering your speech, it is very important that from which area you are going to get marks. If you are a very good speaker, but you are not focusing on your body language part, then definitely you would not be able to get good marks. And it may happen that you will be rejected, as most of the students have been rejected in first round also, just because of their body language. Means only 50% of students have selected, but I don't know what will happen in your batch. Means in this session, how are you going to perform yourself? So while you are just delivering your speech, just focus on your body language part like eye contact, voice, hand movement. These all are the best part by which you are going to get marks. So I hope that you all will just focus on these areas and you will just perform well. If you are just forgetting, I just saw in previous session that 2 or 3 students just suddenly became silent and they don't had any words to explain. That's why they just surrendered during their speech. So it may also happen with you that whatever your preparation, after some time, while you are delivering your speech, you may forget. But you don't have to show that I have just forgotten. And you have to just speak, you have to continue, and you have to skip that line so that nobody can understand that you are in suspense, you are hesitating. You don't have to show each and everything. So you have to speak very well, and the first and foremost prime priority is that we have to manage our time, because within 3 minutes you have to complete each and everything. And if you are able to complete each and everything within 3 minutes, then definitely you will get a very good marks. And today's topic is superstition. You know very well that superstition has become the part of our life also. And just because of superstition, there are lots of persons who are just taking benefit from us. Like if we go with any, you can say that pandits and padri and whatever, they know that this person is afraid of something, and when we just contact with them, they just say that you do this, you do that, you do this. After that, they are just charging the money and just they are getting benefit, and they are just playing with our emotions, and most of the people are played with them, and just because of them, lots of crimes are also happening. It is said that at present, lots of temples, mosques have been opened, and it has become the part of only business. Just because of that, they are investing money there, and with the help of that, they are just earning lots of money. Another thing is that if lots of things happen, like if we believe that if we are on the way, suddenly black cat comes in front of us and it crosses the road, we just believe that now today's day will be a bad luck for me, and we just change our plans and each and everything just because of that. But I don't think that these all things are good for survival and for an educated person. But whatever our ancestors are doing, whatever our parents are teaching us, we also believe on that, and we just focus on this, that, and that. But in spite of all things, we don't have to just okay, believing is good. I don't want to just break anyone's trust that if you are believing, like today is Shivratri and we are just doing fasting or whatever. It's a trust. It's a, you can say that belief, and we should never ever just tell to anyone that why you are doing, why you are not doing. It's a belief that we get peace after doing these all things, but it doesn't mean that we should just do any you can say that bad things behind this, which is happening when we see when we go here and there. So superstition has occurred in each and every person's, and just because of that we are just facing lots of problems. So I don't know that how are you going to speak on this topic, and how are you going to perform, but I would like to tell you best of luck to you all, so that you can see yourself in grand finale. So thank you very much. See you.
Thank you, sir, for giving your suggestion. Victory and defeat keep on going, but it is important to keep on fighting. इस हार और जीत तो चलती रहेगी, but महत्वपूर्ण में लड़ते रहेंगे.
Very, very charming and splendid good afternoon to all of you. A girl who is standing behind this podium, this is Miss Ashiana from 12 p.m. batch. Friends, as we all know that today is our semi-finale and our topic is superstition. First of all, I am really thankful to our dear respected sir from the bottom of my heart for giving me this golden opportunity, and as well as our anchor. So friends, first of all, what is superstition? Superstition is a blind belief. It cannot be proved by any evidence or proof. It is not based on any reason or logic. It is commonly found in those people who has lack of scientific knowledge or who are illiterate. There are two types of superstition: positive superstition and negative superstition. When we are going out for any important work, seeing a Mongol, it will bring good luck. This is positive superstition. And seeing a widow, it will bring bad luck. This is negative superstition. It proves that an animal, seeing an animal is better than seeing a human. This is the stupidity of superstition. There are so many examples of superstition, like we cannot pass scissors from hand to hand. It will bring bad luck, and this is the example of enemy, and both will fight with each other. Here the logic is that if a bag of sellotape passed by hand to hand, then what? And there's some another example is that a Manglik person caused their early death of their non-Manglik spouses, and they may have to firstly marry with plant, animal, or anything. The question arises here: who has spread this superstition? We, the common people. But the most important question is that who fitted this superstition in our mind? According to my observation, that is Babas, who just build their empire by spreading fear and superstition, and they earn more and more money, but they always say that sab moh maya hai. Don't be greedy for money. And lastly, I would like to conclude my speech. Superstition is the evil of our society. So it causes anxiety and our all thinking power gets paralyzed. So we should use our brain and logic, or we should think that they're just running their dirt business, and we should avoid it. They may lose our confidence, and we should avoid it. And there is only education or scientific knowledge that can end it. And then when we will have scientific knowledge, then we may free from this. And lastly, I would like to say that हमको मालूम है जन्नत की हकीकत, लेकिन हमको मालूम है जन्नत की हकीकत, लेकिन दिल को खुश करने को गाली के ख्याल अच्छा है. That's all from my side.
Thank you, Yasiana, for giving me your point. And you have spoken very good. And now I want to call a girl. She is the very good speaker, and we can also say that she is the very fast speaker. So please welcome with a huge round of clap, Miss Rakhi.
So respected sir, my audience, a very, very charming morning to all of you. Myself Rakhi Kumari, and today our semi-finale day, and our topic is superstition. So friends, what I am going to speak about, listen carefully, and thank you sir who has given me this golden opportunity to speak something about this topic for semi-finale. So I am starting my speech. What is superstition? Superstition is believing in logical thing and knowing thing which people haven't mattered, but they believing on it. And whole world are doing this types of thing, but it is mainly happening in India. Why? Because we have a faith in God. We have a belief in a God. That's why a number of the hypocrites scholars take advantage of that thing. And they are the many superstitions which we believe. Like we cannot see our face in broken mirror. If black cat is crossing our path, that is the symbol of bad luck. If the crow is cawing, it indicates that some guests are coming. This type of illogical thing is happening. And I have a story of a woman. She has three girls children, and she was in the first children was feeding the examination of 10. But she hadn't knowledge of the math and English, each and everything. But what her mother did, he just took her hand and go for a Hakim and tell each and everything to Hakim. And what Hakim did, he just give 4 pen and tell go appear in the examination, you will pass out. This types of illogical thing will happen. And second, the illogical thing about of Mehndi. They have a logic that if our Mehndi color will be dark, it means our husband will be loved too much. But if our Mehndi color is not too much dark, it means our husband will not love too much. Not love too much. So this types of happening. So I want to tell that अगर काली बिल्ली रास्ते से गुजर रही है तो इसका मतलब एक ही है कि वो कहीं जा रही है. So this types of illogical thing is happening. We shouldn't believe in this types of thing because we should always think about a fact. What is fact? If we have a fact, then we will believe on that thing. Because they have a number of the people who haven't knowledge, but they're thinking that I will do that thing, that I will earn more and more money. I will be wealthy. I will be rich. कर्म से पहले और कर्म के बाद कुछ नहीं मिला. Its thing is happening. And lastly, I would like to say that we are living in 21st century and we should believe in the logic, facts. Apart from this, if we have a faith on God, if we have a belief on God, so we should believe in karma. Because karma always says that we should believe in our logical things, which have a fact. But nowadays people is not doing in that sort of things. हाथों की लकीरों और माथों की लकीरों में यदि इतनी ताकत होती, हाथों की लकीरों और माथों की लकीरों में इतनी ताकत होती तो यूं ही बेवजह लोग मेहनत नहीं कर रहे होते. In India, there have many towns and villages who have a lots of empty places, houses and trees that they believe by they have the haunted by the ghost, and this types of illogical thing is happening. We should think that they have only tree. We should go and just number of the people who just worship of tree because they have a belief. It doesn't mean that we should believe on these babas and the scholars because we should believe in a God because God says वक्त से पहले न वक्त के पास कुछ मिला है. So we should believe in this types of thing and don't believe that hypocrites type of people because they always change our mind time to time and lots of the people goes for hypocrites people. So that's all about of my point of view. Thank you for listening myself.
Thank you, Rakhi, for giving your point. Or after listening, you both what you have spoken. I am just remembering a song that is a very famous song that हम जानते हैं तू मुझे बर्बाद करोगे दिल फिर भी तुझे देते हैं क्या याद Same thing is happening with superstitious because we all know that superstitious only can destroy us. There is no real meaning of the superstitious. If we are following the superstitious, we will only destroy. We can also destroy our life. We can also destroy our career. But after knowing each and everything, we all follow the superstitious. And this is just looking like that song. Now it is time to call the next speaker. And I want to call Kriti Agrawal as a third speaker. Please welcome with a huge round of applause, Kriti Agrawal.
A very, very charming and spirited good afternoon to our respected sir and my dear friends. I am present from 12 p.m. West. Today is our semi-finale round and our topic is superstition. And I am here to deliver a speech. So friend, what I am going to speak, please try to listen carefully. As we all know that there are so many things in the world which is beyond by the nature. There are so many things in nature which is beyond by the person who is living in India. We are trying to understand what is the mystery of nature, but still there are also so many things which is there, but still there are also so many things which can't be explained by reasoning. Superstition creates old ideas like magic, etc. Like magic, etc. There are also so many things in the world which creates superstitions like hooting of owl, howling of a dog, crossing a cat. Crossing a road of a cat. When we are going outside, when we are going outside from the home, when someone is sneezing and we are going out from the home, someone says that don't go out from the house because you are sneezing right now. And if you are going outside and whatever you want to do, that works was not completed. If anything will be happening in our life, that will be definitely happen. No one can stop this. This all are types of things which create superstitions in our society and also in our Indians. In superstition, it is also said that if you blow all the candles together in your birthday and make a wish it cannot be fulfilled. In superstition, there are lots of things which is created. A very famous person says that one person believes in another person's superstitions. Lastly, I would like to say that we people create all these things in our societies, and we have to care about this, and we have to aware from these things, and we also we are also the responsible of this, and we have to aware all people from all these things. Thank you.
Thank you, Kriti, for giving your point. And now it is time to call the next speaker. And I want to call Krishna Agrawal Kejriwal as a fourth speaker. Please welcome with a huge round of applause.
Very, very charming and splendid good afternoon to our respected sir, my friends and to viewers. First of all, I would like to give thanks our sir who has given me this opportunity. Friends, as we all know that today is our semi-finale round and our topic is superstition. So friends, what I am going to speak, please try to listen carefully. So what is superstition? Superstition is the belief or the fear of magical or there is a fear of magical which we believe in. In India, mostly superstitious people are uneducated and illiterate. They believe in superstition, and later on in India there is later on in India, superstitions are everywhere. Where it is, we live in a village or a city. If we talk about what types of superstitions, when the cat crosses the path, we get it as a bad luck, and when the and we also usually seen that students at the time of examination, students visiting temples and getting stone or taris to help them out, but this is not true. Lastly, I would like to conclude my speech that it is illogical and we don't have to believe in them. But in some cases, there is some logical and some scientific reason, and it is proven that. But some people believe that it is superstition, but it is not superstition. It is fact, and it is proven that, and it is only removed by our education and awareness. Thanks to listen my speech.
Personally, I request you.
Thank you, sir. You have spoken very well. Now I want to call a girl who is a very good speaker. Please welcome with a huge round of clap, Rupa.
Respected sir and my all dear friends, good afternoon to all of you. A girl who is standing in front of you, this is Rupa Bharti from 12 PM batch. Friends, today is the semi-finale for speech competition and our topic is superstition. So, what I am going to speak about this, please listen carefully. First of all, what is superstition? As we all know that in modern India, the superstitions has the part of our life. A superstitions, a fear and idea and a superstitions, a fear idea and a superstitions, fear idea. Sorry, sir. If I talk about types of superstitions, first religious superstitions, and second is cultural superstitions, and third one is society practice, that are superstitions. If I talk about causes of superstitions, there are many causes of superstitions. First, lack of education and increases this type of education. And if I talk about the official data of superstition in 2021, NCRB National Crime Record Bureau recorded 74 cases of superstition, and our state in Bihar, the case of was implemented to stop superstition. Lastly, I would like to say that many governmental and non-governmental are required are taking to tackle this problem at various so thank you.
I have recently spoken that victory and defeat keep on going. The important thing is keep on fighting. हार और जीत तो चलते रहते हैं. So thank you, Rupam. You have spoken very well, and you have tried to speak on the exact data. And that is very good. As the next speaker, now I want to call a very good speaker, and she is also an anchor, and she is a very famous in DIIT. So please welcome with a huge round of clap, Shumani Singh.
Once Kabir Das
माटी का एक नाग बनाकर पूजे लोग लगाया, जिंदा नाग जब घर से निकले ले लाठी धमकाया. So very charming. My all dear friends, a girl who is standing behind to this podium, this is Suhani Singh from 10:30 AM batch. So today's semi-finale and our topic is superstition. So without any further delay, I would like to tell you that what is superstition. Superstition means blindly trusting something without knowing it. It is also called blind faith. Superstition is a belief that has no proper reason. There are certain common superstitions which are followed by the people, like believe in spirit, ghost, vampire, witches, crying of cat, crying of dog, etc. are the certain common superstitions which are followed by the people all across the world. Now the question is that why we believe in superstition. Many people say that we don't believe in superstition because we are educated, but still there are majority of the people who believe in the words that are hearing by them from the people since their childhood till today. Why I am saying this? Because I saw many people who are doing like this. For example, whenever we are waiting for our result, we cross our finger like this. Why we cross our finger? Do you think that this thing can change your result, change your hard work? In my eyes, I don't think so. This thing has that power to change your result and change your hard work. But still we are doing like that. It is called superstition. If I talk about a student who is going to attending the examination and the black cat is crossing the road, the student himself thinks that no, I don't want to go with this route, I want to change my route. Why the student thinks like that? Because he saw many people who do like that. You know, in our country there are so many people who are superstitious. Because in India we believe in God too much, that's why we are superstitious so much. It is said that where there is faith so much, blind faith spreads there. Lastly, I would like to say that we can't stop superstition immediately. It takes time. People need education, people need positive thinking and awareness about this. Yes, I know there are lots of things in the nature which is beyond the human knowledge, but still we are trying to discover the reason. But still there are lots of things in the nature which is beyond our knowledge. So why superstition comes in our mind? It comes in our mind in our childhood. When a child said, no, I don't want to eat food, her mother said to him that eat it, otherwise ghost will come. Because her mother is saying like that, the child thinks that no, ghost really exists. Similarly, witches, vampires, superpowers, superheroes really exist. We need to stop that thinking who says that believe in ghosts, believe in spirit and believe in supernatural power. Actually, we need to spread that thinking who says believe in positiveness, believe in hard work and believe in firstly yourself. Thank you so much for listening my speech.
Thank you, Suhani. You have spoken very well. Before calling the next speaker, I just want to say something to you. कि सफर की हद है, वहां तक कुछ निशान रहे. सफर की हद है, वहां तक कुछ निशान रहे. चले चलो जहां तक ये आसमान रहे. चले चलो जहां तक ये आसमान रहे. ये क्या उठाए कदम और आ गई मंजिल. ये क्या उठाए कदम और आ गई मंजिल. मजा तो तब है जब पैरों में कुछ थकान है. Now I want to call the very good speaker. She always want to talk on the data. She is a very good speaker. So please welcome with a huge round of clap, Miss Ragini.
So our respected sir and my all dear friend, good afternoon to all of you. A girl who is standing behind this podium, it's me, Ragini Kumar from 10:30 AM batch. Today is our semi-finale and our topic is superstition. So friend, what I am going to speak about it, please listen carefully. And firstly, thank you sir who has given me this golden opportunity to speak something about it. So I am starting my speech. So superstition, most of the people believe in superstition, but I don't know why the people believe in this. I will give an example that a cat crossing the road, it doesn't mean that the cat crossed your way. So I don't believe in this type of thing. A cat not judge your future. So it's not fair to judge a cat. If I talk about which type of superstition in India, so there are many types of superstition in India. Like don't clean up after sunset, breaking the glass, interrupting and nail cutting on Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. this type of superstition in India. And what is the main reason for superstition? So ignorance. Ignorance is the main reason for superstition. When there is lack of knowledge, knowledge turn into ignorance. So faith in and people goes towards superstition. And second reason is that fear of failing the examination, fear of die, fear of not getting a good job. This type of thing created by lots of problems, and people are, and many types of such people feel like we are very weak. To remove this, they are to do in a wrong way, and this type of happening create a lots of problems. So I don't think so that if we have fear, so we will do not anything. And in India has maximum superstition because God is considered more than. We believe in God, that's why all the hypocrites take our advantage in a wrong way. And please don't believe in this type of hypocrites. If and hypocrites say ourselves as the name of God, and they do in a wrong thing. We can't imagine that this type of thing they do. And please believe on yourself that we able to do anything. Lastly, I would like to say that there is only two things that remove is this type of thing. Firstly, making people aware, and second, be educated. If people are educated, then they understand that this thing is wrong and this thing is alright. And they understand that superstition is not good for us. So we haven't to do like this. And awareness is very important. We all know that if people are aware, they think that the superstition is not good. So this type of thing we stop. And apart from this, a group should be formed. And don't be fear. If we will fear, so we will wrong in this type of thing. So believe on yourself. Do work hard. And most of the popular persons, Sant Kabir Das says that this type of thing is not good for our society. If we will focus that, so our society will not fail, our country will not fail. That's what I can
do. Yes.
पल पल तरफते थे जिस पल के लिए वो पल भी मिला कुछ पल के लिए. So now So thank you, Ravi. You have spoken very well.
Tremendous.
And there is a line she has spoken that we can only remove these superstitions with the help of education. And after listening this point, I have remembered the quotation spoken by Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. One time she has spoken is the education is just like the milk of blindness. Who will drunk, who will rot. कि शिक्षा वह शेरनी का दूध है कि जो पिएगा वही नहाएगा. But really, if we want to kill these all types of things, if we really want to remove these types of things, then definitely we have to be educated. After that, I want to call a boy who is a very good speaker. So please welcome with a huge round of applause, Mr. Sudhanshu.
Good afternoon, all of you. My name is Sudhanshu Kumar. I am here because today is semi-final round, and sir given us topic which is superstition. First of all, what is superstition? In Hindi, it is called unwispas, and the thing which we are trusting blindly, it is called superstition. In India, it is commonly followed by so many people. People hang lemons and chilies in front of their house, in front of their shops to prevent it from the evil side. People hang shoes in front of their house and in front of their homes to prevent from the evil side. They put only one shoe because if they put two shoes, then someone will wear it and take it away. If I talk about some other points, then in There is superstition that in girls, there is superstition that in their menstruation cycle, if they touch the pickles, if they go to temples will be impure and pickles will be rot. It is totally wrong. It is totally wrong, which is done by which is coming from the ages. When cat crosses the road, then it is considered as bad luck, and people wait for others to cross and taking away their bad luck. If there is in all this, there is some babas who is taking advantage of them. I'm giving you some example of that. One of them, Bageshwar Dham Baba, who is known as Dhirendra Shastri. He tells that he has the power to cure the diseases like cancer. He has the power to cure so many diseases, and that's why people are going to them to cure themselves. And I'm giving you some statistics of the Bageshwar Dham. One shop rent is around 80,000. His brother is running the parking stall, which by which he is earning 1 lakh per day. There is a Baba who is Ram Rahim, who is the owner of Dera Sacha Saura, who is convicted of rape and murder, but because of his followers and because of his political connection, he is regularly get out of the jail, and he is on the payroll regularly and campaigning for the political party. This is totally wrong. It is happening in our society. And lastly, I want to conclude my speech by saying that we are the youth of India, and we have the responsibility to change the India. And government should take some strict action against the people who is spreading such kinds of hate speech and superstition in the society. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sudhanshu. You have spoken very well. And after listening your speech, I have just remembering a quotation given by Dushyant Kumar. That ये जो सहतीर है फलकों पे उठा लो यारो, ये जो सहतीर है फलकों पे उठा लो यारो, अब कोई नया रास्ता निकालो यारो। ये जो सहतीर है फलकों पे उठा लो यारो, अब कोई नया रास्ता निकालो यारो। रहनुमाओं के अदाओं पर फिदा है ये दुनिया, इस बहकती हुई दुनिया को संभालो यारो। We always try to find some types of person who can solve our problems, but we never try to understand that we are only one who can solve our problems. And that's why we are going with many different types of Baba, Maulvi, Sant, Padri to solve our problems. And they are just using us. Now I want to call next speaker. She is a very good speaker, as well as his speech is always going to the marvelous. So please welcome with a huge round of clap, Miss Amisha.
Hello everyone, it's me Amisha, and today's semi-finale round, and today's topic is superstition. First of all, we have to know the meaning of superstition. What is superstition? A superstition is that people just blindly believe and that thing which is not in real, like it is just a false belief, and it found everywhere. It mostly found in India, and we just see in our surrounding that most of the people just believe in a superstition. If we take example of superstition, that time if a crow is coming, that means our guest is coming in our home, and many of the people say that if many crow is coming outside your home, that means many guests are coming to your home. And this all are just a stupid thing that people are just spreading. And a second example is that if any black cat is just crossing the road, that means this is bad luck for us. But we have to know that if a black cat is crossing the road, it means they are just crossing. Don't we have to just seeing this type of thing like a bad luck. If we are talking about the superstition in a good way and bad way, many of the people just think if our hand is itching, palm is itching, that means we have to get benefit of this, and we have getting money that people have give us money and many of the things. And if we talk about if our mirror is broken, that means it brings a 7 years bad luck. But I think this all is not. We have to just focus on it all. And third thing is that in village area we saw many things in a village area about superstition, like if anyone have no any child, that time they just went to the some donkey father, that they are just giving them suggestion that you have to do this type of thing, that type of thing. After that you just get your child, and many of things after that they are just leave the village. And lastly, I would like to conclude my speech by saying that many great souls said that, like Vivekananda and Kabir Das, that superstition is nothing. It is just blindly belief. And if anything is happen with us in naturally, like if we have any disease or anything, that we have to just think about this is just natural thing, not we have to believe in a superstition. If we are believing in superstition, that means that we are just believing in stupid things. And in my point of view also, that these all are just a stupid thing. We don't have to focus on it. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Amisha. You have spoken very well. Now it is time to call the next speaker. We all are living in this world, and we all are unique, and something that can be our unique identity. Just like the sun is known as for their light, earth is known as for their kindness, and the person I am going to call, who is known as for their philosophy. So please welcome Mr. Pushkar Agrawal with a huge round of applause.
Good morning, everyone. Today is a semi-finale sessions. So thank you to all having over here. Today we are talking on the superstitions. That is a great thought about philosophy. That is that this universe is also virtual superstitions, because as far as there we are talking about science, it has invention less than number of 10% of this universe. I am giving you an example. This is the pen. Why? Because I know this is a pen. You know this is the pen. Other than it can never prove that it is a pen. So it was the example of the philosophy. It is the example of the virtual superstitions. And that's why I am coming on the point of moment superstitions. That is the point that when any human is blindly believe on anything without any reasons, or any point only for the pressure of insistence, that is the human superstitions. Like a God, we know in the God, we know have idea about that God, but we are flowing because of our ancestors are the flowing. That is the human superstitions. Why superstition has growing in our society periods of time? Because when human mind did develop of the time of period, their mind did started thinking about lots of happen in the amount of environment. They did find lots of things on that time. On that time, while the science was not developed due to there was no proper logic. But after human mind did develop more and more, after they did focus about science and logic, after they think that all things was the superstition, but all was not a wrong and right. Some was the scientific and logical thought, like a lemon and green chili has bound on the front of shops. it was scientific. Similarly, was the logical was the any black cat has crossed the road, then you never pass. That was the logical superstitions. Similarly, last day, a European scientist told that never is the perfect in the universe and never will be perfect in universe. Though nowadays it is a perfect because no one is against of that thing. Similarly, a great philosopher that was also told that those who are believing nowadays, it will be one day, it will be a superstitions. That was the thing. We have nowadays we have a stop that the those superstitions they are wrong way. Like a snake has cut any person after people search the Oja and Pandit on their area. That was a wrong thing. That is secretary of their present health, they can die. That was the bad thing. Thank you, my speech.
Thank you, Puskar, for giving your point. You have spoken up to the mark, and you have spoken very well. We will try to understand what you have spoken because he has spoken really very well. So now I want to call next speaker. So please welcome with a huge round of clap, Shaheen Parveen.
Hello, good morning to all of you. This is Shaheen Parveen from 12 Math. As you all know that today is semi-finale and our topic is superstitions and I'm very glad to hear and I improve myself and so what is superstition? It's a meaning superstition is nothing but a million people believe in that it is not logic it is not of scientific logic and or many cultures if it's come to our there is not only for our country. They spread to all over the world, just like China, America, Japan, Korea, etc. But why people believe in that? People believe in that is not of people believe in that is not of scientific reason and human reason. It is believed the part of era. If I talk about this disadvantage of superstitions, there are many disadvantages of superstitions. Just like in India, many people say that don't use perfume at night. If believe in that, you hanging on lemon and chili. Lastly, I conclude my speech and say that. As we all know that sometime ago earthquake in Turkey and earthquake in Turkey and we all and people think that and earthquake is happened and the earth technology plant is affect to each other path then in fact, to end father, but our mentality thought that it is happened to us. World is the intent and is the agree of God. Lastly, and one reason to stop the expectation is be positive and thanks.
Thank you, Shaheen. You have spoken very well. And now it is time to call the next speaker. But before calling him, I want to say that he is a very good student, and we can say that he is the next IAS officer of our country. So please welcome with a huge round of clap, Mr. Peter.
befall of superstition.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Dheeraj Kumar, and the topic is superstition. First of all, the word superstition comes from the Latin word superstitio, which means extreme fear of God and something illogical. The superstition is the false belief and assumption and the fear of something which is irrational and is scientific. If I talk about the approaches of superstition, that is positive superstition, which results in a positive result just because of any superstition, and the negative superstition, which results in any negative effect due to of superstition. There are no any laws on the central level basis because in 2016 MP Raghav Lakhanpal introduces prevention of witch hunting bill, but it was not yet passed. But in state level basis, Bihar and other states have their own act for anti-superstition. Like in Bihar, in 1919, the Prevention of Witch and Dine Practices Act passed in the Rajya Sabha. So the main causes of superstition is fear of something that is irrational, and the second is lack of education and awareness among the people, and the third is people seems superstition is a part of religion and culture, and because many monks, fraud monks, and spiritual storyteller promote superstition, and people believe that it is a part of our religion, and that's why they follow and trapped in the matter of superstition activities. As per the record of NCRB, National Crime Record Bureau, 6 cases of ritualistic human killing and 68 cases of black magic are reported in 2021. So these all are the main causes of superstition. And lastly, I want to conclude with the measures how to remove superstition. So first of all, we must understand that superstition is not the part of our culture and religion, but it is a bad effect of our culture and religion, which is practiced by fraud monks and spiritual storytellers. The example like never cut a nail in after the evening, and never use thread and needle in night, because in ancient time there is no electricity facility. That's why they practice that type of thing. But in modern time we use electricity, many facilities. That's why I can cut nails and use needle and thread in the evening and night. And another thing is promote education and awareness, like street plays like Nukkar we say, and promotes ads on television, and also on promotes campaign on social, central as well as state level. And there is also a central government law for anti-superstition in India. And lastly, we must promote scientific thinking, because Article 51A of Indian Institution promotes scientific temper and humanity, and to remove the illogical thinking. So thanks to Mr.
Yes.
Thank you, Dheeraj. You have spoken very well. And we should absolutely try to remove the superstitions.
Superstition.
Superstitions.
N.
Superstition. And there is a line spoken by Dushyant Kumar that, and the line is that कि सिर्फ हंगामा खड़ा करना मेरी मकसद नहीं, सिर्फ हंगामा खड़ा करना मेरी मकसद नहीं, मेरी कोशिश है कि सूरत बदलनी चाहिए, और मेरे सीने में ना सही तेरे सीने में सही हो कहीं भी आग लेकिन आग जलनी चाहिए. We should absolutely try to remove these types of system. And now I want to call next speaker, MD Aman. Please welcome MD Aman with a huge round of applause.
Good morning to all of you. Today today we all are gathered for our semi-finale, and this is my this day is my very special day because I joined this class before I think 3 years ago, and during this I never got a chance to attend a semi-finale. So I attend first time this semi-finale, and our topic is superstition. What is superstition? I want to define firstly. And superstition means without thinking why it happened, believe it not. We believe on it and follow it. So this is happened in a very, we can say that uneducated people, and we can say lackness of knowledge at that place, and lackness of knowledge at that place means they have no any idea how it will happen, and they give that that matter to it is a miracle of God. And if I talk about a place where there is no any educated person, and if I establish an ATM machine and talk him, if you enter your ATM card, then it will give you money. So they all give the name it is a miracle of God. They know that they don't know about how it will happen, what is the reason behind it. They only follow it, and they only told him it is a miracle of God and follow it. And secondly, if astrology is also available, and they only say that in your hand, if I check, then I will tell you whatever will be held, whatever will happen in your future. I will tell you all. So and they know that if I will remove your remove your line, then your future become very brightness and beautiful. I think that. So why they are not only make their only family beautiful life, because they are astrology, and scholars say that if you put this ring in your hand, then you will become rich, and every and money is money, and rain of money in your home if you put this ring in your hand, and the price of ring is only 200, I think 1000 rupees and 15 rupees. So it is a benefit. Superstition makes fear in our life, and lackness of knowledge, fears, and dependency also surrounding around a superstitious person. And lastly, I would like to say that we should never. It is better than believe on yourself than a superstition. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Aman. You have spoken very well. And now it is time to call the next speaker. Before calling him, I just want to say that he is a very good speaker, very knowledgeable, and he is also experienced and senior to us. So before calling him, I just want to say a line in the respect of him, that ये अलग बात है कि खामोश खड़े होते हैं, ये अलग बात है कि खामोश खड़े होते हैं, फिर भी जो लोग बड़े हैं वो बड़े होते हैं। और हमारा सजरा मिलता है उन दरवेशों से जिनके पैरों में कई ताज पड़े होते हैं। तो प्लीज वेलकम विद अ ह्यूज राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज मिस्टर सुबोध।
Good morning, respected sir and dear friends. I am Subodh Kumar, standing in front of you to state my view on topic named Superstitions. As we know, the Hindi meaning of term superstition is andhvishwas, and andhvishwas itself signifies inculcate, that it is being inculcated in people from time immemorial, means ancient times, and people used to suffer from it. Like initially in ancient era, people used to worship Indra for rain and used to do yag or mahayag. In many movies we used to watch it. In medieval period, many rulers has ruled on us by manipulating us, by making us fool, or saying that I am the shadow of God, I am all in all for you. And in modern time, we talk about 1857, the first war of independence. In that times, our soldiers means one of the reason for this war was that our soldiers was not crossing the sea, because they feel that if he will cross the sea, it will destroy their religions or hurt their sentiments. So it is prevalent, and nowadays it is also going on, and it is matter of I think sadness that even educated people like us, like many more people, like even great shopkeepers used to hang many bunch of chilies and lemon in front of their shops, so that they can even protect their shop from their prosperity, growth and productivity. Even we used to avoid crossing the road if it is already crossed by cats. So in every aspect of life, we even educated people used to follow it. So it is now time to remove superstition by making making flowing rules and orders. Government and social activists also should work in this area. It means there are so many social activist workers, and his philosophy is to avoid the evil things and things. There is many restriction in growth of our country, that is superstition. And if social activists will want, like RSS member or people is every nook and corner, and if he will try to manipulate the people that avoid this type of things is harmful for your growth and prosperity. Okay, so people do not follow superstition because it is directly or indirectly will hamper their prosperity or happiness. Thank you.
So now I want to call a man who is simple living but his thinking is very high. The man of what, and who is always trying to speak the big things in the short word. So please welcome MD Javed with a huge round of applause.
Respected sir and my all dear friends, first of all, good morning to all of you. The boy who is standing in front of you, this is Mr. Javed. Friends, as you know that today is our semi-finale round speech competition. Our topic is superstition. Now I would like to give a special thanks to our respected sir who has given us a golden opportunity to speak something about superstition. So friends, what I am going to speak, please try to listen carefully. First of all, I would like to express what is superstition. According to my understanding, superstition is the apprehension of the unenlightened and the mysterious. Second thing, the people blindly believe in ghosts, witches and spirits, and without any evidence, without any scientific proof, are called superstition. If now I would like to clear all things in short period of time by examples. If I talk about our Indian tradition, we have many examples. We see that many times people continue to worship the sun, the star, the moon, and planets and plants and stones, many more. Believing these things have power to influence our lives. So it is also part of our superstition and superstitious thinking. If I talk about our society, we have many examples, but I would like to tell some examples in front of you all. Like a mirror breakage and mirror breakage in our home, and milk spilling on the ground in our home, and cats and dogs crying at night, and cats blocking the road, and many more things happen to prove someone which is in our society without any evidence. It is also biggest thing happen in our society. And second, these things happen regularly in our society. It is also parts of our superstitious thinking. If I talk about when we go to anywhere, that time someone is asked, where are you going? That time we think it is a bad luck for me. with that time we are going to on journey. It is also part of our superstitious thing. If I talk about second another thing, when our society when superstitious thing. And lastly, I would like to say that how can we remove this superstitious thinking from our society? So friends, as we know that people were no much educated in ancient time. They had no knowledge of science. But in this modern era, we are much educated than ancient time people. We have a knowledge of a lot of knowledge in science field. So friends, as a educated person, we can aware of to the people of our society. And second thing is that an educated mind and logical thinking is essential not only to check away superstition and also from our society. Lastly, I would like to say one Hindi शायरी, श्रद्धा दिल में रखो, अंधविश्वासों में क्या रखा है. श्रद्धा दिल में रखो, अंधविश्वासों में क्या रखा है. स्वयं दर्शन दिए हैं भगवान ने जब जब इंसानों ने उन्हें परखा है. That's all from my side. Thank you for listening.
So thank you, Javed. You have spoken very well. And now it is time to call next speaker. So guys, please put your hand together for the marvelous speech of Mr. Javed. And now I would like to call Mr. Niranjan for their marvelous speech. Please.
A very good afternoon to all of you. A boy is standing behind podium. This is Mr. Niranjan Kumar from 10:30 AM. Today, sir, given a golden opportunity to do something about so friends, what I am going to speak, listen carefully. Sir has given a topic superstitions. First of all, what is superstition? Superstition is a belief based on ignorance and fear. It can't be expressed by cross and signs. Superstition can be found in a country in the of the world. Our country India is one of them. If I talk about what start these superstitions, first of all, start these superstitions are as old as man and hypocrite persons. And start following this blindly, follow sometimes. Different kinds of superstitions. First of all, if a cat black crosses our path, then we should not move ahead. Second thing, hanging lemon and green chili to avoid evil's eyes. Third one is saying God bless you after a sin. Fourth one is don't sleep on the people tree. Ghosts are following. Sixth is in England number 13 is unlucky. In India 3 number is unlucky. 3 tigra काम बिगड़ा. 3 tigra काम बिगड़ा. That's it. All 6, 7 is the cutting hairs and nails. Tuesday, Saturday, and Thursday. Many more. The dogs are crying during the bad luck. What happened? What is reason behind it? But many times are the people's are mindset. He is went to work every time, but black cat are crosses. What happened? But I am not. Lastly, I would like to say that superstition is in this era this modern era science and technology, but many peoples are superstitious is the belief. But what happened? Most of the times, students, peoples are here and there suggestion to Heborite persons. But why? His mindset is the most of the rural area is the illiterate persons are superstitious belief. But these are wrong things. Is the education and awareness in necessary for urban area and the rural area. Change your superstitions is the most of the times. I will never change us, but most of the peoples are not believe in your superstitions is the most of the times. But rural area in the illiterate person are the many peoples are the suggestion is not to suggestion to doctor, he suggestion to Heborite person. But what happened? It most of the things are people are mindset, it change your mentality. That's it. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Niranjan. You have spoken very well. And now I would like to call Miss Pallavi. So please welcome Miss Pallavi with a new round of applause.
Respected sir and my dear friends, a girl who is standing behind podium, this is Pallavi from 12 p.m. batch. I am very grateful to sir for giving me this opportunity to say something about superstition. So friends, now listen carefully what I am trying to say. And today's topic is superstition. Superstition is the fear of blind belief and mysterious. Superstition is the blind beliefs of people. There is no solid way. There is no solid basis. Some people go superstitions if they are lack of scientific knowledge, if they lack of ignorant, etc. There are many certain superstitions of the people around the world. Some common superstitions are belief in spirits, ghosts, witches, and crying of cats, hooting of owl, howling of dog, and etc. People says don't go under people tree at night. That means ghost is live. So this is the superstitious. But the scientific reason behind it, in night people tree releases CO2. So this can harmful for us. And the next is superstitious causes anxiety and anxiety which makes one puppet. Superstitious is not superstitious are not in around our society, but all throughout the world. Superstitious and at last I conclude my speech. And for above explanations and observation, I feel that the superstitious is related to our mind, our thoughts, our emotions, and related to our environment. So we can create some ideas and say people to aware the superstitious around it. That's all. Thank you.
There is a line spoken by हरिवंश राय बच्चन that तुमने हमें पूछ के पत्थर कर डाला, तुमने हमें पूछ के पत्थर कर डाला, वो जो हम पे जुमले कसते हैं हमें जिंदा समझते हैं. Now I want to call Mr. Alok Sharma. So please welcome with a new round of clap, Mr. Alok Sharma.
respected friends, my dear friends, happy Shivratri to all of you. A man who is standing behind the podium is Mr. Arun. As we all know that today our semi-final round and our topic is superstitions. Friends, I am going to my topic. Please try to listen carefully. Superstition. What is superstition? The Hindi meaning of superstition is andhvishwas. And means blind and vishwas means faith. A belief that cannot be classified by the religion or a science is called superstition. There are many things happening in the nature, but we try to find out then how to happen. What is the mystery of the nature? But the nature cannot explain all the things, and that are the reasons from the nature events are said that this is a nature superpower. If I talk about the negative and the positive effect of the superstitions, first of all, the negative, the positive is suppose something bad happened in your life, and everyone's just blame you. No, but you are not blameless. You are just innocent. And that other times you feel that just relax, just keep calm. Mahadev watching everything. One day they will answer to everyone. If I go to negative point, so some of the Indian monks said that don't go to the tree at the night time. But the fact is, in the night times, the tree releases the carbon dioxide gas, and this is harmful to our health. And the second is, if the black cat cross the road, everyone said that this is a symbol of bad luck. This is not only our road; this is also the part of our nature. Lastly, I would like to say that don't believe of that other things. I shared a story when I read in class 5. One day my friend said that if you see the red car, just cut your cross your hand. And one of the time I said to my teacher, "Ma'am, I see the red car, please cross my hand." My ma'am said that if I not cross your hand, then what will happen? And I said to my ma'am, if I not cross my hand, when I go to my home, my father will beat me. And lastly, I would like to say that if you see that other persons who believe in that other things, you should aware that other persons don't believe that other things, negative superstitions, and just believe on yourself and follow the Sanatan Dharma.
Thank you. You have spoken very well. And now I want to call a very brave girl and very good speaker. So please welcome with a huge round of clap, Miss Chandini.
ये दुनिया बहुत अजीब है, ये दुनिया बहुत अजीब है। इंसान बिना मुहूर्त को ही काहे जन्म लेता है और बिना मुहूर्त के ही मर जाता है। फिर भी जिंदगी भर हर कार्य के लिए मुहूर्त तलाशता है। कि माने all of you friends, as you know that today our speech competition and our topic is superstition. So friends, what I am going to speak, please try to listen carefully. First of all, what is superstition? Those things we can't explain with logic and scientific word, that is called superstition. If talk about in our India, most of the things present in our society as a custom, and after kill of a snake, because of after die a snake have their poison can harm to and if they lost their ring, and if anything happened bad of that people, then they just thinking ki I suffering this thing because of I lost ring. And this happened is very bad in our India. And lastly, I like to say that we should aware and we should get knowledge more and more, and we should never believe on anyone. We should always love to ourselves. क्योंकि हम हैं तो सब है, हम नहीं तो कुछ भी नहीं. That's all.
Thank you, Chavni. You have spoken very well, and you have spoken a very marvelous point. कि हम हैं तो सब हैं और हम हैं तो कुछ भी नहीं. हम नहीं तो कुछ भी नहीं. I think there is also a dialogue like that. कि हमको मिटा सके जमाने में दम नहीं, और जमाना मुझसे है जमाने से है. Now it is time to call next speaker, and I want to call next speaker Miss Farheen as a next speaker. Please welcome with a huge round of clap, Miss Farheen. I think Farheen is absent. So please welcome Mr. Prince Sivam with a huge round of clap.
Good morning to our respected sir and all my dear friends. The man who is standing in front of you all, this is Mr. Prince Sivam from 1030 MS. As we all know that today our topic is superstition. Superstition is that thing which we think as a negative mindset. It is not based on the facts. It is that thing, there is no history. It is only the mystery for the people. In India, there are many superstitions present in the mindset of the people. Their assumption of superstition on birds and animals. They think that if crows on the roof in the morning, they think that the arrival of guests will happen in their home. If the dogs barking at the night, they think that someone is ill, is going to death. But they never think that the dog is barking, the reason behind it, they is suffering from the starvation. Even more, people also believed on that we should not start our work on the day of the Thursday and Saturday. They think that at that day we will start our work, then our mission will never complete. On Thursday and Saturday, they also doesn't cut their nails and hair. They think that their God will not please on him. After that, there are also many superstitions present in the Indian society. They think that at the time of solar eclipse and lunar eclipse, they doesn't go outside the home because the rays comes from destroy him. Even more, they think that we shouldn't take food at that time. After the lunar eclipse, we should take bath. But scientifically, it is not true. Scientifically, it is said that when the moon comes between the sun and earth, then lunar eclipse happen. Then the people thinking that it is based on the only assumption, and they believe that. Lastly, I want to say that we shouldn't believe on the superstition. There are also many superstitions which is outside from our country. In England, people does not take the bus number 30 because they said that 13 is not a मिले तो मैं पूछूं पहाड़ याते भाभी तो चक्की वाला जो पीस खाए सारा संसार. Thanks and have a nice day.
You have spoken really well. And that after listening your all speech, I am just remembering a line that हालत जिस्म सूरत जा और भी खराब. हालत जिस्म सूरत जा और भी खराब. चारों तरफ खराब, यहाँ और भी खराब. और नजरों में आ रहे हैं नजारे बहुत बुरे. नजरों में आ रहे हैं नजारे बहुत बुरे. फोटो पे आ रही है जुआ और भी खराब. that we are really surrounded with lots of superstitions, and this is need to remove. Now I want to call next speaker. So please welcome with a huge round of applause, Miss Pragya.
A very glamorous and charming afternoon to respected teacher and all my dear friends. I am Pragya standing here because we all know that today we are in the semi-final round and our topic is superstition. If we talk about the superstition is a term where we believe in anything which is not proved by the science and unscientific. And if we talk about this term, what is this thing? Then the believing of the people. If we talk about the ancestor elders of our families, they believe in this because many of the scientists and the doctors and physicians says that if a family member is superstitious and it makes them stressless, then it is good. And if superstition is good in some ways, like and there is also a reason, scientific reason. Everyone said that negative points of them, but I want to say the positive points about the superstitions, like eating curd before going for the good things. It makes people positive with their brain. Curd makes them cool-minded, and that thing gives them positiveness. That's why that type of thing is happening. If we talk about the things like hanging lemon and chilies out of the door, that is, they have acids which can save us from the insects. That's why that type of thing is going on. And if we talk about the many of the things like eating, we have here in our house, we don't need to eat chewing tulsi leaf because they have some acid which is bad for our body. That's why we have to slow it down. And that type of thing which we have to follow, and this is also scientifically proved that by which we can say that some positive points also have superstition. If we talk about the superstition, the term superstition becomes bad when people start believing in the ghost, believing in the unfaithful thing which is against the science, and that type of thing which is not going to prove. In many of the areas, we have seen that. In the educational area, many of the people are coming and saying that do this thing, you will be passed. And this type of thing becomes bad for us. And if we talk about the superstition, it is we can say that many of the time we see that it is harmless thing, superstition. And if it is harmless, then it is good. If it becomes more dangerous for some people who are believing in the ghost and believing in the unscientific things. And I think that the society where we are coming, that is believing in the superstition, and it will be removed with the help of the education and with the help of the awareness. And thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Pragya. You have spoken very well. Now it is time to call Mr. Sudhanshu. So please welcome in the huge round of applause, Mr. Sudhanshu.
Good afternoon, all of you. First of all, introduce myself. Myself Sudhanshu Kumar, and today my topic is superstition. Superstitions means the people who believes that is not fact or reality. Nowadays, superstition is not a problem in India, but in everywhere and other countries. There is a news that was very highlight. The saint, it means sadhu, the saint, who tells the people, whatever you think in your mind, I tell you everything. But the people they do not find how did he, how does he exact do? A saint says to the people, just think, whatever you think, I tell you everything. But people does not know. This is not a superstition. This is a science and technology. So we must read science and technology, because everywhere you meet such people that you make foolish, stupid, and it is etc. I would like to say that human being is always afraid from to death and fears. So at last, I would like to say that everybody needs education. Everybody must have to believe, because everywhere you meet the superstition. So you must aware in your life and carry on your life. And I must say that you just leave that type of people where you meet. So thank you.
Thank you, Sudhanshu. You have spoken very well. Now we have only 4 speakers. Yes, sir. 4 or 5. 4 speakers. So now I want to call Ms. Tayyaba. So please welcome Ms. Tayyaba with a huge round of applause.
Sorry, my dear friend. Good afternoon to all of you friends. Today I am here because today is speech competition semi-finale. Today our topic is superstition. Ever since a long time, we have seen people some kind of power, unseen, evil. Those they can't see it is they feel it is present and working. This is what give rise to superstition. They are unreasonable and irreasonable but still they exist all over the world. In fact, since a long time, they still date the people the number considered to be unlucky and Indian people consider the black cat cross way to be unlucky. Similarly, is a cause of our dog India. Lastly, I would like to say superstition is not good thing. We should not believe all these things.
Thank you, Tayyaba. And now welcome Ms. Saneha with a huge round of applause. Ms. Saneha.
Please don't talk, I request you.
Good afternoon.
afternoon to all of you. God is standing and putting in Snehasi from 8:30 am. Today's topic is that today's semi-final. Our topic is that superstition. Superstition is that a thing is happening around us every day, every minute, every second. We create superstition and we always chasing, and after that superstition chasing us. Because of that, we the type of mentality have that we have always think and always stay and obey about the superstition. These are always happening in the natures. But we always obsessed with them and always say this is a matter of superstitions and non-logical things. We have educated and we have lived in now modern era. We have to understand this topic and that always think about that. It is the work of nature that everyone starting superstition is the very big role. Sometimes we come out in this house. Sometimes our mothers and our elders says that we should not come out their house. Is that time the evil eyes are present in this era? And same thing if a baby boy and girl birth, nowadays some of their parents are not come out in their home because they think that evil eyes is present in this era, and that after that evil eyes affect our children and our children and child many more. The same way, if a girls are newly married and it came in a new married house, and that time if the persons are died because of some accident, that time the all family members think about that this girl is not lucky for our house, our home, and our members. That time all the people are taunting their girls and always straight them and depress them. After that, some of girls, some of ladies, every years and every day, lots of ladies lost their life because of this type of mentality. We have life in a new era. We have to focus on that. Is that a girl husband is died because the reason behind that this girl is not because that accident is happening no one idea about that the accident is happening and this girls lost their husband, because sometimes lots of the person think about that this girl is not lucky. And in the same way, lots of things are happening in this evil eyes. Lots of persons think that if a crow crowing and dogs are running in there at night, this is a very wrong thing, because no one thinking about that. The dogs are running at night. Someone is that dogs are hungry, and in a cat crossing the road, something is that. Think like that, black cat crossing the road, this is a very bad thing. We don't think about that. If a cat is crossing the road, is their on mood. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, Sunil. And now I would like to call Prakriti Priya. Please welcome Prakriti Priya with a new round of clap.
Very charming and splendid good afternoon to all of you. At first, I would like to introduce myself. I am Prakriti Priya from 12 p.m. back, and I am glad for this opportunity to deliver my speech in front of you. As we all know that today our topic is about superstitions. At the first, if you talk about the superstition, then we have to know about the superstition. That is, what are superstitions, where they come from, and who are victim, and how to get rid from the superstition. And we know that the Hindi meaning of superstition is andhvishwas. And when we separate the word andhvishwas, we get two words. And vishwas, that is in English blind and faith. So superstition is the blind faith that people have something on it, but it does not have any scientific reason behind it, and they are all over the world. First, superstition. India has a long history of superstition. There are many superstitions that are followed by Indian people, like when someone is sneezes during the time of departure, people consider it unlucky. And people also consider the black cat crossing the way to be unlucky. After eating fish, we can't drink milk. It is also causes of skin diseases. There are many superstitions which are followed by Indian people. According to Hindu mythology, Hindus believe that goddess Lakshmi visit to home, so we can't sleep and we can't sweep the floor after sunset, especially around 7 p.m. There are many superstitions like Teen Tigara, Kam Bigara, hanging the lemons and 7 green chili at shop, upside down sleepers, don't cut nail at night, don't wash their hair at Tuesday and Saturday, etc. etc. We all also follow some of superstitions. Superstitions are all over the world, so we need to stop the superstition. For this, we need to educate the people and aware the people about the superstitions, and we also need to stop the people to spread the superstition. Lastly, I would like to thank you all for such a patience. Thank you.
And now it is time for the last speaker.
What's the last one?
And the man who is known for their work, MD Sadar. Please welcome MD Sadar with a huge round of applause.
Respected sir and all my dear friends, good afternoon to all of you. This is Mohammad Sajjad standing in front of you from batch 10:30 a.m. Today I am very happy because I have got a golden opportunity to speak something. And first of all, I would like to thank my sir who has given me a golden opportunity to speak something about superstition. So friends, what I am going to speak, please try to listen to me carefully. As we are living in 21st century, but still many of us are believing in superstition. So first of all, I would like to say that what can I understand about superstition, that many people, why we are believing in superstition? Because we believing in superstition because we fear of something and we want to greet something. Because that's why we going to Babas and show our hand and tell that we show our future, what is in our future and how can they change. Then they gave us some rings and many told us many things. And for that they take some money. And also we go to Maulanas, they give taweez to the yes, your future will be changed. And I would like to tell a few years ago incident that Baba Ram Rahim has told many sentiments because many persons followed him and like to be like him and satisfied by their statements. But he has done something, are protesting in Twitter and many things else to release him. Yes, my friend, you can believe on someone, but not by blindly. If you told me something, then I can also believe on you because you have told me something right. But in my friend, nobody can change our future. Then why don't they change their own self? Why don't they change their own future? And they demanding money in respect of that by telling that your future will be this, your future will be that. And I think this all are business, because if this is not business, then why they are taking advantage of it and taking something money. Lastly, I would like to say that yes, believe in God, because God who created us, not in superstition, because superstition is a blind faith. Yes, you can have superstition on God only, because whatever they give us, thankful to Him, whatever they give us, and always whatever you believe, religion you believe, only believe in God and work hard in yourself, because no one can change your future. So my friend, lastly I would like to say that focus on your goal and only you can change your life and your future. That's all. Thank you. Have a nice day.